Now they're going to kick it off.
Michael Lance will kick it off. Michigan will let it go into the end zone and bring it out to the 25-yard line. So we take a look at our lineups presented by Wayfair. And here's the man of the hour. Gary's talked about him, so is Jenny. Last week took over for Davis Warren in the third quarter. Davis Warren had some interception problems. So the starting quarterback was named on Monday. So he's had a week to have that in his head and prepare for this moment.
Without Loveland in the game, 11 different starters from a year ago for Michigan.
Donovan Edwards behind him in a pistol set will get the call. And Edwards off the left side out to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5 as we take a look at the men up front for Michigan. On the offensive line, Jadis and Crippen will share time at center, which is a little bit of a unique situation. And the backs and receivers, you also already saw Edwards. And Marlon Klein now will play a bigger role with Loveland out of the lineup at tight end today. Second down and 5. Edwards pushes his way for about 3 to bring up third down and 2. Keely Arnold in on the stop from the secondary for USC and their defense. Looks like this. Anthony Lucas applies the pressure off the edge. The linebacking core, Mason Cobb back in, missed last week's game. And in the back end, Keely Arnold, who made that last tackle to force the third down. Khalil Mullings in the lineup now, third down and 2. He'll get the carry, and I don't know if he got the first down or not. It's really close.
I think that was Macarenas. Arnold, number 4, the middle linebacker, making that play. It's going to be very short, but backed up. Yes, it was Arnold.
Fourth down and inches. Decision time already. The crowd up, obviously, as they always do, wanting Michigan to go for it. You talk about the length of the football, maybe.
Since it was a touchback, just touching that line with the ball would be a first down.
You got a quarterback that, as Gary said, is big and strong and about 235 pounds. Let's see if they just try to draw him off. The clock's winding down, and the clock expired, I thought, before the snap. He got the first down.
I think Lincoln Riley was trying to call timeout, and then afterwards pointing, as Ness mentioned, the play clock at the same time. Now that's where 230-pound quarterbacks help.
No doubt. Yep. Needed the length of the football and got plenty. There's the play clock.
Yeah, that seemed like it was there for a while, didn't it?
Yep. At any rate, it's first down at the 37-yard line. Quick throw out in the flat. Wide receiver screen gets it across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Samaj Morgan with the catch. Was a little bit low, but Morgan handled it.
Anything they catch is not too low.
That's right.
And by the way, if you're just questioning whether that would be a reviewable play, the play clock is not reviewable. The game clock is, not the play clock.
So manageable second down and 5 as they head on their first down series. And there's a good play defensively, and a loss on the play is Mason Cobb, who I mentioned back in the lineup, makes the tackle. Struggling on offense. There's the numbers for Michigan this year.
So here's the deal. When you play quarterback, and I experienced it myself, your job is to put points on the board.
Right.
If you don't put points on the board, they're going to sub you.
You saw worst in the Big Ten, 121st in the country in passing yards. Third down and long now. USC might have jumped in the neutral zone. Orji got away from the first rush, heading to the edge and tripped up. Nice open field tackle, but I think we're going to have a penalty on USC. Mascarenas Arnold ran him down.
Yes, they might have, but I don't see a flag out there as I watch the replay. Obviously could have been called. I think that led to the fact that Evan Link was kind of off the ball slow and got the quick.
I guess I'm seeing things the officials aren't so far.
You know, that was another open field tackle, something that USC struggled a year ago. Mascarenas Arnold did a great job keeping that from getting a force down there by Orji, excuse me.
Watch out for this guy. Zachariah Branch. Tommy Dolman's punt. If he gets his hands on it, he's electric. So USC's defense gave up 1 first down. Our lineups are presented by Wayfair, and in the middle of all those 320-pounders, out comes number 7, Miller Moss. Backed up Caleb Williams for a couple of seasons, came in the Holiday Bowl, 6 touchdown passes in that game to be the MVP. And this season, off to a pretty good start and a 2-0 record. In the shotgun with Woody Marks, flanked to his right. And it's Marks. Going to get dragged down, maybe a half-yard loss. Kenneth Grant, one of the guys that Gary highlighted in the open, made the tackle.
If those two guys, number 78 and number 55, can close off that middle from tackle to tackle, that'll allow those linebackers to run the edges and slow down this USC passing attack. Likes to attack the red edges, but the tackles have to help.
Moss standing at his own goal line. And now there's movement. Michigan pointing at the left side of the offensive line.
One of the traditions that are still in college football, you move and you point.
They were right. Bragnon left guard and jumped, and it's going to make it even tougher now as Moss and his backfield mates are going to be standing in their own end zone.
Coming into this game, that USC offensive line had only committed 3 penalties in 2 games. Already they start with an illegal shift before the snap penalty.
Second down at 13. Moss on the move. Look out. Got rid of it down the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Kyron Hudson.
I don't know if Zeke Berry got a hand on it enough, but it was really good coverage. I mean, it's hard to cover a crossing route much better than that. First of all, Moss had to pull up, and then he had to make almost a perfect throw. Watch coming across the formation, and Zeke, number 10, cuts it off just enough.
USC 47% on their third down conversions this year through 2 games. Third down and 13 here. They're going to play it safe. Marks is going to lose a couple more yards, and now their punter is going to be in a tough spot.
So this is really Michigan football going all the way back to Bo Schembechler. Run the ball, punt the ball, field position, and then stop the run. That's the defense they'd love to do.
Bo was smiling. So
Bo was smiling. When we did the games before, he'd be smiling right above us.
Yeah, he used to yell at us when we were trying to do the open. So it's 3 and out. Samaj Morgan waiting on the punt from Eddie Czaplisky. And Czaplisky's almost at his own end line. Got the punt away. Morgan, nice kick, way to back. Oh, he dropped it at the 39, picked it back up, and now he's heading in the right direction. Still going into USC territory all the way to the 42-yard line. Well, that's one of those where you drop it, and now there's a flag down late. Sometimes you get those breaks when you drop one, and everybody sort of slows down and heads for the ball.
I think the penalty is going to be on Michigan. They got a late hit on the play. I love athletes that are willing to risk. And Morgan did a risky thing there, but that's how you make plays. Play it too conservative, you just do nothing.
Personal foul, receiving team number 6. 15-yard penalty. It's 1st and 10.
And this is a big deal for USC. They were backed up. You would assume Michigan would have got it inside the 50. Now look where we get it. What, 41, 42-yard line?
Yeah, big difference. Instead of one 41-yard line, it's the other one. And there's the shove up on the top of your screen. Costly penalty. Wolverines have the ball, but not in as great a shape as it could have been. Would have been starting at the 42-yard line of the Trojans after the punt return, except for the late hit. So they start at their own 43. Alex Orji under center. And the give to Mullins. Nice job by the defense again. Close the door on him in a hurry. Alex Orji, a little more on his background. His brother plays for the New Orleans Saints. Originally committed to Virginia Tech back in 2021.
Man, really won over Alex Orji to come to Michigan. He was sought out by Nick Saban. Lincoln Riley offered him. They told him that if we move him, it'd be up to you. It won't be up to us. We'll give you the chance to do it.
Here he is, run all the way with a blocker in front. Shoved out of bounds. Covington made the stop from the secondary.
So one of Michigan's most effective formations is 2 tight ends. And that means you have one running back in the backfield, unless you have a quarterback that runs. Now you've got 50%, 100% more with an extra back. You got 2 backs that can run the ball, your quarterback included. I suspect we'll see more of them. The key here for this USC defense, it's your advantage on third and passing situation. Can you take advantage of a young quarterback in this situation?
This appears to be a passing situation, but we'll wait and see on 3rd down and 7. He is looking to put it up. Fires on a crossing route. Short of the first down, Frederick Moore.
Another shoestring tackle by number 4. Alex Orji, listen, there are no defects in his passing motion. He's quick. There's nothing that has to be changed. He just has to get more confident throwing the ball.
Well, you only thrown 7 passes coming into this one.
Yeah, that might do it.
So it's 4th down and 2. Zachariah Branch snapping.
I watched USC play so much last year and wondered why they couldn't tackle. I'm telling you, that's 100% different this year.
Doman hit this one a mile in the air. It's going to get all the way to the end zone on the fly, though. So they kept it out of the hands of Branch, but they won't keep it out of the hands of the offense that comes out at the 20-yard line. USC and Michigan, number 11, number 18 here in the first quarter. Knows the Trojans in cardinal and gold with the ball at the 20-yard line. Marks picked up a little over 4 as we set the Michigan defense for you. Mason Graham in on the stop. One of those 2 defensive linemen Gary talked about, and they're both heavily involved already, as you can tell. 55 and 78. The linebackers and the back end, the leader is Will Johnson back there. Look out, Miller Moss. Down he goes. And it's Josiah Stewart off the edge.
Yes, it was. Transfer coming in. Watch him get around the edge right here. Just a quick sprint. This is just too quick for Page to handle. Head nose, didn't even slow him down on that one.
That is the 3rd sack of the year already for Stewart. Oh, maybe a little face mask underneath. Didn't see that at first. 3rd down and 14. Moss going to throw a quick screen to the tight end. That's going nowhere. Maybe another yard lost. But they had 3 plays on their first drive and lost 5 yards. Same thing's happening this time.
Watch Ernest Hausman, number 15 on this. He knows where his help is. He stalls and waits for his shot right in the middle, right there. Watch him. He's going to come in. He knows he's got help. Beats the offensive tackle across and makes the play.
-9 yards is the way I've got USC so far, Gary.
Yeah, they'd been backed up a little bit, but the sack was the difference on that series.
Samaj Morgan waiting on the punt. And a nice return on the last one. Takes this one on the overhand grab and heads the other direction just like last time. Nice return. Got it out to about the 36, and we got a Trojan down on the punt coverage team. Is that Anthony Lucas? We will check on that. There's 2 number 6s for the Trojans of USC. Both are basically starters. One is a wide receiver, and the gunner on the punt team, Mekhi Lemon. So it wasn't Anthony Lucas, but it is a guy that's one of their regular players and starters, and he is shaken up on the play, and they just got him to his feet.
So Mekhi was trying to get away from the blocker that was over him. as when he went inside, there was another Michigan defender. He's right here. Watch how he goes inside, and then another defender. Mackay's a little off balance. He stumbles. He really did. By the time he looks up, there's another block. Now,
that looks like a blindside.
It could have been blindside. It could have been helmet to helmet. Special teams are dangerous, you know, and that one was two guys colliding at full speed.
Exactly. One of the reasons the NFL's gone to a different kickoff.
And then it'll be precautionary about, you know, did he concuss on this play? So that he knows that. And right now he's saying, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. But the doctors will go in and safely look at him and make sure he is okay before they allow him to play. He'll go in the tent. I bet they take him in the tent. They won't let him talk his way on the field.
Nope.
They got to protect him because we all used to lie to get back out there, right?
Yeah. But you can tell.
Yes. So now he's upset. He knows he's going to have to go through the protocol. Good job by the USC medical staff.
Exactly. First down, Michigan at the 37-yard line. Orji going to go deep on a streak down the sideline. Overshot his intended receiver, Marlon Klein.
Jalen Smith that time. Now listen, they're thinking run, right? This USC defense has been told for a year that they're not tough enough to handle Big Ten bully ball, okay? Michigan is Big Ten bully ball. That's how they won the national championship. First down pass play, covered really well. That's great discipline for this USC defense.
Only 2.5 yards of play. And now Orji under center again. Play fake, wants to throw back to the near side, finally fires off his back foot. That could have been picked off, very close. And a nice play defensively by Akili Arnold again.
So Easton Macarenas Arnold and now Akili Arnold, stepbrothers, both transferred from Oregon State. Both of them are making key plays. Watch if Arnold break on this ball. Akili, a safety, is wearing the helmet comm. Communication with his defensive coordinator, Danton Lynn, and that's a new story. We talk about Danton, hired from UCLA, and the impact he's had on this USC defense.
AT&T Pylon Can gave you a good shot of that incompletion intended 2 times in a row for the tight end, Klein. And that's 3rd down and 10. Quick swing pass, Donovan Edwards. Got a block. And close to the first down, but about a yard shy. Greedy Vance made the tackle.
Nice, safe play call. Get it to your game breaker. Donovan Edwards, see if there's nobody else that's going to get the ball. They're all downfield block it. And actually a really smart play that time by Samaj Morgan. You can't do a blindside block. He just bumped the guy, fielded him away, so here we go again.
Anton Lynn, that Gary just talked about, you saw on the sideline. 4th down and a yard. From their own 46. Whoa, I don't know. Really close for Mullins.
Who's got the spot?
Needed to get to the 47 and struggling. I don't know if the ball ever got there.
I did not see that ball. They're going to call first down. But
all right.
Now this is reviewable. It's hard though. It's not as easy to do on the goal line. There's no line there.
Right.
You know.
Just a big part of the yellow M. The Maze M, I should say. First down. In the pistol. Mullins, big opening, might be gone. Touchdown, Michigan. $53 yards for Mullins.
Two 4th down gambles. Run the ball inside. All of a sudden, you're tackling. And then Mullins breaks one. Great job up front by the center. That position that's been struggling. I think it was Jadis, number 56. I don't know if they put Crippen in. But inside, Prima Jadis got the 2 key blocks.
Zvada in for the point after. Up and good. Last week, Mullings at 100. No, they love it.
They love running the ball between the tackles.
Branch called for the fair catch at the 5-yard line. Take you back to the touchdown.
Again, inside the center and the 2 guards. El Hadid gets his block. Center gets the block. And all of a sudden, the big former linebacker shakes one poor tackle. And he goes.
235-pounder heading to the corner of the end zone. And Alex Orji says, yeah, now it's working for us.
And Michigan was one of only 7 teams that did not have a 40-yard play this year. There it is.
Got one now. Michigan's got 90 yards of total offense. USC has -6. First and 10 for the Trojans at their own 25. Quick throw and catch. Branch changing direction. Zachariah got about 8 before Jair Hill made the stop.
Ness, where this Michigan defense has struggled, they're 95th in sacks so far, 110th in tackles for a loss, and they're 106 on 3rd down. So far they have a sack, tackle for a loss, and they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down stops.
That makes Wink Martindale a happy defensive coordinator. Positive yardage that time for USC, though. 2nd down and 2. Woody Marks not going to get there. That door closed in a hurry. Jimmy Rolder got there from the linebacker spot.
Lincoln Riley wanted to go up tackle to try to kind of slow down those 2 tackles, thinking that this Michigan team did not have the depth. So far, Michigan has rotated, and the other guys are doing a good job, too.
This is big early for USC just to stay on the field. 3rd down and a yard. Marks didn't get there. Stoned at the line of scrimmage. Guess who?
Mason Graham.
There you go.
We met with Mason Graham, and he walks in and talking to him, an engaging guy. He's out of California, went to Servite High School.
Right.
Then we go, Mason, how big are you? And he goes, 315. I go, what?
Maybe 312. I didn't eat yet today.
Jeez, what a player. And he's such an athlete, too. He's able to not only be strong, but shake those blocks. 3 for 3 on 3rd down defense. That is how you play defense.
And Makai Lemon is heading to the locker room. This is going to take a bounce out of bounds up around the 24-yard line. So another quick lack of drive, if you will, for USC. Michigan's got it back. Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. It's always good if you have sort of a mentor guy you look up to. Sharon Moore played for Bob Stoops as an offensive lineman. Lincoln Riley was his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Not a bad guy to look up to.
Well, who would have ever thought that Bobby Stoops would produce 2 Big Ten quarterbacks over at head coaches over at Oklahoma.
That's right.
The old Iowa Hawkeye safety.
Well, Michigan starts at the 25. Donovan Edwards, a little hesitation in the hole, and then pops through for about 4.
Let's talk about Donovan Edwards a little bit. Talk about, has he been maybe trying to hit the home run? The coaches are going, give the hole, give the target point a chance, and then bounce it out afterwards. That's kind of what they're telling Donovan. The big play will happen. Trust him.
Of course, last year it was Blake Corum, and then Donovan Edwards for a little bit of change of pace. And they put up big numbers together. Now he's doing it with Mullings. 3 wideouts to Orji's right side, and now the tight end comes in motion. Edwards picks up about 3 more. That's 3rd down.
That's the thing about the running game, okay? You hang in there, you make a play, you make a stop, and all of a sudden, they pop one up the middle. And right now, this USC defense is not crowding the line of scrimmage. The safeties need to keep that from being a big play.
First quarter comes. And Michigan out to a 7-0 lead as we start the second quarter on a third down. And it's a quarterback trying to sweep the left side. Orji might have gotten there. I didn't think he had enough territory over there.
I didn't think he had enough time. You know what I mean? Like, we took that big dip back, and then you could see why they say he's such an elite athlete. He had the speed to turn the corner late and still get there before Achille Arnold, number 0, could get him.
Wow. From our AT&T pylon cam, you see he keeps his footing and got it by about a half yard.
Again, the extra running back in the game helps the Michigan running attack. It's not just, you know, I mean, is he going to be a good enough passer? First things first, Michigan has to run the ball.
They pick up a third down conversion. They've been 0 for third down, and here's Orji in the open field now into the second level again. Another first down run.
So a week ago, we saw Riley Leonard do this to Bertuggi.
Yep.
The extra quarterback run. Now, USC saw a mobile quarterback last week for Utah State, but they didn't see a power quarterback. Okay, this was a power O. They had a pulling guard coming around. It was Evan Link. The tackle, actually, he's following.
2 good blocks.
Yes, and all of a sudden, they're playing against a defensive back.
And all of a sudden, you're back in USC territory at the 49-yard line, dominating so far Michigan.
It's basically single-wing offense.
Edwards going to get dragged down from behind for a loss of about 3. Eric Gentry, those long arms of a linebacker who's got a 7'1" wingspan. Looks like Ted Hendricks playing linebacker out there. 6'6". He used all of that frame to make the tackle.
Effective against the pass, but right there he used him on the run for sure.
Second down and 12. Back on their own end of the field now, just outside the 48. Orji fires on a sideline streak, incomplete. Good coverage defensively back there. Jacoby Covington.
So when you watch Alex Orji throw, you say, okay, what's the problem here? Everybody thought that Alex Orji would win this job, but he just didn't. Got beat out basically because in practice he was making too many turnovers. But nothing wrong with his motion.
Right.
It's just his experience. Got a little tug there. Got away with. That's what you got to do. If you can hold and not get caught, you can be a good DB.
That was a double tug. Only 1 third down conversion. They've converted 2 fourth downs, so however. Donovan Edwards. It's going to be 4th down.
See, I think this is a good call by Kirk Campbell. You've got a young quarterback. He's feeling good about himself. You don't want a 3rd and long INT or a turnover. Punt the ball. USC hasn't made a first down yet. Let's see if they can drive the ball.
So Doman will come in to kick. Zachariah Branch is back at his own 10-yard line. He took both kickoff and punt returns for touchdowns a year ago as an All-American returner. And it's calling a fair catch here. And it takes a USC bounce after it dropped inside the 10 and then back outside the 10. Michigan, you did there, Zuck. The 7th, the 5th, the 3rd. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, not good stuff for the Tar Heels.
And starting field position, the 6, the 20, the 25, and now the 13.
Let's see if they can get a first down. Still looking for one. From the 13-yard line, the Trojans trailing by a touchdown. Miller Moss off the play fake and on the slant. It's going to be a first down throw. Deuce Robinson. So finally a first down.
6'6" guy running a slant. Looks like he's going to go out to pick, but no, he comes back under it. Again, well-thrown ball, great route. That's how you beat man-to-man defense.
In the pistol again, first down at the 23. Woody Marks, nothing doing again. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, last week, University of Michigan Administrator Greg Harden was best known as the mental coach for thousands of student athletes passed away after complications from surgery. He spent 5+ decades at the university. Coach Moore telling us he would not be in this position without him. Guys, the Wolverines wearing a patch on their helmet in Harden's honor.
Yeah, he said, Sharon said he used to sit in the dark and Greg would walk by and said, you're like a ninja. You never quit watching film. And he said, someday you're going to be a head coach. And Sharon said, what? He is.
So not a lot of teams throw at Will Johnson. That time they tried to go inside. Will comes off his guy to the outside, adjusts to the tight end, and makes the play, knocks it loose. He was actually covering the receiver, and he still made the play in the zone front.
He's a special player. No third down conversion so far for the Trojans. They need 9 here. The tight end McCree sets up in the backfield. Moss down the middle, almost intercepted twice.
Exactly what I was going to add to it. I don't have to do it.
Zeke Berry got the first hand.
Throwing over the middle. It's dangerous. You got to do it, though, occasionally. It's a good throw, better defense, and at times Zeke Berry again. That's the second big play he's made in the coverage.
And then Brandon Hillman said, oops, I can't get it either. But it forces a punt. Kapliski's been a busy kicker. Samaj Morgan waiting on this one. They got some pretty good pressure on him that time. Samaj got to call a fair catch.
Great catch, great kick.
All the way back at the 19-yard line.
First, he was involved in that collision where his head hit the ground. He spent significant time on the field before he was helped into the injury tent, eventually making his way into the locker room. Guys, he was just loaded into an ambulance. I'm told he is likely on his way to U of M Hospital. I'll update you further when I get more information.
Wow. Okay, thanks, Jenny. We wish Mackay the best or whatever. Try to keep you posted if we have more, as Jenny said. Mullins, nice run. Pick up about 8. Gary, the quarterbacks are almost dead even. 3 for 6 for 18 yards for Moss, 3 for 6 for 19 yards for Orji.
Yeah, and you know that Khalil Mullins is such an interesting guy. He's played in 47 career games, 20 of them at linebacker out of the 47.
Crazy.
And now he's the featured tailback.
And there he is, flanking Alex Orji in the Michigan backfield. He'll get the call again, and he'll get the first down again.
Now, here's the other thing about the Michigan. It's been mash, mash, mash. Then you get the Mullins run over 50. But the pace that Michigan is on, okay? You hit one big play, but they're on a pace for 300 yards rushing in this game. And they're also keeping that quarterback and those receivers on the sideline for USC.
They had over 300 in their win last week, but that was more inferior opponent, or at least you would guess so. Still just a 1-possession game. 18 runs, 6 passes. There's an end-around run this time. And it's Frederick Moore. Moore got the corner. A nice open field tackle. It could have been worse by Keely Arnold.
Nobody out there for you. Look at this. Nobody out there. And that's where Michigan is going to attack, because they've been showing they can run the ball between the tackles. You get your Bredesen out there, your H-back, he comes in like he's going to block, then he whips around for the lead block.
Almost a perfect play call for where they were set up. And a pickup of 15. First down for the Wolverines at their own 46. Orji under center. And it's a flea flicker coming up. Let's see his arm if he gets a chance. Nope, it's going to be the legs. And Orji took a pretty big hit. Nice job by Eric Gentry again to make the stop.
Okay, so he didn't use his arm, and he used his legs a little bit, but he used his head the most.
Yes, he did.
Okay, he didn't force it. And when you're a new quarterback with a big arm and this flea flicker, you're going to try to hit a big play. But don't make a mistake. And then used his head and got a positive play on the call.
Gentry using his head too.
Don't feel like Orji's going to do a lot of sliding, do you think?
I don't think so. Second down at 4. Mullins Backs his way for another first down and still going. And right now you can see some of those USC defenders kind of shaking their head like, we're not stopping these guys at all.
Watch the counter run with the motion this time. Bredesen comes across, and then they run the counter when he comes back following the guard and leads up the play. Beautiful design. Simple. Give a lot of looks. It looks like they're just running the ball up the middle. A little more detail than people realize.
Those guys up front for Michigan are getting the job done today. Donovan Edwards found a crease on the outside, got a block. Donovan Edwards is going to take it for Michigan. Touchdown, Wolverines. 41 yards. So now both tailbacks are in the act.
And there's the most explosive player that Michigan has. Finally getting that explosive play that Michigan's been waiting for. He's had patience, and he produces. And there was Khalil Mullins right there going, 1-2 punch, man.
1 for 53, 1 for 41. Zvada's extra point is up and good. As Gary said earlier, Michigan fans love the ground game. Well, they're getting a taste of Algene's territory. Packed house, the big house, and it's all Michigan so far, 14-0.
As Colston Loveland is out, but Marlon Klein, number 17, there's always more than one guy that blocks well when you're getting those big plays. It's not just the tackle, it's not just the tight end. You also get the wide receivers. This time Tyler Morris gets the block downfield as well.
The wide receivers in this group say, if you block, you get the rock. Sharon Moore's loving it. Offensive line coach at heart.
And I think even today, if they don't get the rock, the offense has sputtered so much, they'll take whatever they get if they can put the yards up.
Let's see if the Trojans can get something going offensively. The midway point of the second quarter.
Timeout, Michigan. Their first of the half.
Michigan takes a timeout.
30 seconds.
So we'll take a quick one with them. Back in 30 seconds.
The offense now. They need something to hang their hat on.
Play fake. Moss rolling to throw. And throws a beauty.
Wow, what a
complete
throw.
out to Zachariah Branch.
And on first down, he had Lake McCree right in front of him for an easy 5-6 yard throw. But he chose to go to Zachariah Branch deep. They said, we got to get you something. How about a perfect throw?
Boy, I guess.
That's the way to get something going.
24 yards right there.
And that was about as small a window you could get for a throw.
Yeah, that was a little porthole window. First down. That's Branch in motion. USC from the 49. Blitz coming from the Wolverines. Swing pass. And nice open field tackle by Zeke Berry on Quentin Joyner. USC one big play today, and that was 2 plays ago on that 24-yard pass play. But other than that, not much. Empty backfield. Now Joyner will join Miller Moss. Second down and 11. Rolling the same way, throwing the same way, and this time too high for Branch, and if he would have hit him in stride, he might still be running.
Yeah, there was too much space there. He missed him. You know, Lincoln Riley is one of the elite play callers in college football. Steve Sarkisian came in here and carved up this Michigan defense. I think along with Lane Kiffin, Josh Heupel, and Lincoln Riley, they're the 4 best play callers in this spread-type offense.
It's a good group you just named right there. Still no third down conversions, and they need 11 this time. Moss trying to be heard. The crowd trying to make it tough on him. Play clock winding down. Just got it off. Moss in trouble. Finally throws late, and he got it complete. And it's Branch on the run. down the sideline, all the way to the 10-yard line. Moss at the last moment let go of that, and Branch did the rest.
So first, he dodged the free player for Michigan, Miller Moss. Watch him make the play first in the pocket. He has to avoid the rush, free man coming, and then he makes the throw. He avoids, he resets, and he makes a perfect throw.
42-yard pickup, first and goal, USC. Trying to cut the lead in half. And that one just thrown in the ground, incomplete. The closest guy was Lake McCree.
Yeah, right here, Wink Martindale has the blitz on. He's bringing from the inside, outside the safety, Page. But the dodge and the throw, a wonderful job by your quarterback right there.
And then your speedster takes it down to the 10-yard line. Second down and goal there.
Caleb would love that one.
Well, I guess. Woody Marks in the backfield. Tight end in motion. And he's going to get the reception, but there's nothing but maize and blue there. And a loss of a couple. Houseman, the first guy.
That was an interesting call that time where Moss went with the ball. Because Will Johnson was split out wide out here on the tight end. They knew it was going to be zone. This is a no play here. Michigan's just, everybody's eyes are on the tight end. It's going to be nothing. They're expecting Wink to play man-to-man. He had the tip-off. They had the corner on the tight end. That's not going to be man-to-man coverage.
Third down and goal. Moss has a look up at the clock. And now looking for a receiver and can't find one. Incomplete. Marks out of the backfield. And it's fourth down.
Yeah, USC has to put points on the board here, though. Again, having to avoid that inside rush and throw at the same time. That makes for a long day. You can hit a couple, but over time, defense is going to win.
Michael Lance will come out. Try a field goal. He's 4 out of 5 this year. The transfer from Georgia Southern. This will be a 29-yard attempt to try to put the Trojans on the board. And it's up and good. So they got a big play, a couple big plays out of Zachariah Brink. A 64-yard drive for USC in 8 plays, 2 big chunks from Moss to Zachariah Branch, but they had to settle for a 29-yard field goal.
Interesting. You know that USC is going to make plays on your defense. You can't take your foot off the gas if you're Michigan, but off the gas means you're just going to run the ball more.
Right. Exactly.
You're not going to get fancy. I think this Michigan staff said if we're going to lose not turning the ball over. They're in the hundreds in the turnover margin. We're going to protect the ball and play Michigan football.
And they came in -4 in the turnover margin. Lance kickoff, blast this one all the way to the band.
And you would not be surprised that the national champions finished #1 in turnover margin a year ago.
Check in with Jenny.
Yeah, Donovan Edwards showing off. I asked him who he tries to mirror his play after, and he said he pulls from some legends. Walter Payton's ability to run hard on every play, Barry Sanders' elusiveness, Le'Veon Bell's patience, and the wow factor of Christian McCaffrey. Guys, combine all that, he might meet his personal goal of being the best college running back in the country this season.
Yeah, it'd be that'd be something. You put them all together.
Yeah, that's hard.
First down from the 25. Continuing ding. Donovan Edwards got a couple. Mascarenas Arnold made the stop.
Yeah, and you know what's happening here? Danton Lynn is starting to get aggressive off the edge. That time Mason Cobb, number 13, dives in there, forces the running back to break a tackle early and then clean it up. There he is, the guy who changed this USC defense, came over from UCLA where he did such a great job a year ago.
We asked him if he switched houses.
Yeah.
On the move, he did. Edwards has some nice Le'Veon Bell, little hesitation in the hole before he popped it out there. It's going to bring up third down, though. Already down to under 3.5 minutes in the half.
It's a big stop here for the USC defense. Miller Moss would love to get that ball back with, under three and over 2 minutes to go.
Yep. All their timeouts.
Yep.
3rd down and 4. 1 third down conversion by each team today. Alex Orji directing traffic in the shotgun. And now we got a whistle. And a timeout.
Michigan, their second of the half. 30 seconds.
That's Michigan's second timeout here in Ann Arbor with 3 minutes left in the first half. Big Ten football with Michigan leading USC 14-3.
See if we get maybe, you know what I'd be dialing up if I was Kirk Campbell, the offensive coordinator. Quarterback draw with Donovan Edwards leading it.
Well, quarterback sweep, and he got a first down and then some.
Close.
Close. Very close.
Same play they ran earlier on 3rd down when he got around the edge to the left side.
Yep.
Came back with it. Remember, it worked. Came back with it. You don't want your young quarterback to make a big turnover here. He's had a successful first half. No mistakes. Your top side of the field.
It's pretty athletic, huh?
Yep.
235 pounds, just springing back up. Michigan 1 timeout left, and the 2-minute timeout is upcoming. Back to Donovan Edwards. Edwards to the 45. That'll probably take us down to the 2-minute.
No way.
timeout.
Michigan no way snaps it before the 2-minute.
There's the 2-minute timeout. Michigan will be looking at a 2nd down and 6.
Dimensional in the passing game, and Michigan has been holding on to that football.
And they have run it 11 straight plays and 198 on the ground.
Well, they ran it 32 consecutive times against Penn State last year.
Let's see if number 12 in a row is coming up here. 2nd down and 6. Nope, it's going to be a throw. Out in the flat. Nice job to wheel and get what he can for Samaj Morgan. But it brings up 3rd down.
I think USC took a timeout there, did they not?
Well, they had 3 to play with.
Yeah, they took it. It's 3rd down. They want a chance to get the ball back.
Sure. You said if Miller Moss can get his hands on it, maybe they could get at least 3 more before halftime.
Yeah, as bad as it is, you put a field goal up and you go, you're 1 score down.
That's right. Let's take a look at the Discover Conference update. 7 teams in the AP top 20, second most of any conference. 8 schools, some are playing right now, but 8 still undefeated. And the newcomers making their Big Ten debut, USC right here. Washington as well. The 18-team Big Ten.
Michigan will play 3 of the new teams this year, USC, Washington, and Oregon. Only UCLA is not on their schedule.
Third down and 4, so it'd be a big stop for USC.
USC is playing the run. They're playing man-to-man defense behind it.
Orji now looks to the sideline, regroups the troops. Keep it on the ground, and Adam Edwards stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, they were playing bear look. They were coming from the outside. Both outside linebackers were pinching. They did not believe Michigan would throw the ball in that situation. Edge, pinch it in, and then bounce it outside. Watch them come off the edges, and then make the play.
Eric Gentry made the stop, number 18, on a tackle. Danton Lynn's defense does its job, and using the second timeout, forcing a 4th down and 3. So they're going to have a timeout to work with when they get the ball back.
Sharon Morik, a lot of confidence. Excuse me, USC confidence in their kicker. They said that we could hit one from 60.
He's already hit from 55 this year. But first things first. And Dolman has been trying to keep it out of the hands of Zachariah Branch, and I don't blame him. So far, so good. Branch has to call fair catch again.
Great punt.
All the way down inside the 10 around the 8-yard line. So USC a long ways away, but 140 and one timeout to play with. Coming up on the Geico halftime report, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ break down the first half and catch you up on all the other scores. And there's some shockers out there, at least one that we know of today so far. Last night, the Big Ten, Illinois, a big win at Nebraska for Brett Bielema and the Illini.
It was a well-played game by both teams.
There's a quarterback comparison so far.
So it's really interesting. A drive starter here for USC. Okay, obviously you can't make a bad play as a disaster.
Sure is.
But you still want to give this offense an opportunity. Do they have a quick screen, a bubble screen? You got to get this thing started. Michigan setting in a zone.
2 receivers to each side for Miller Moss.
Quick screen.
And there it is, just like Gary called it, but it didn't get much and set the penalty.
Yeah, it's going to even move back farther.
Going to be on Lake McCree, I think.
Legal block in the back, offense number 87, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, that's the call.
So one of the guys, we called him one time in this game, Will Johnson. If you're a good corner, you don't get your name called a lot.
That's right. And he is a good corner. So USC again has some of their previous drives going in the wrong direction. And Miller Moss standing in his own end zone again. As you look from behind him.
Whoa.
That one's tipped. Ooh. Intended for Zachariah Branch, and Derek Moore got a big paw on it.
Yeah, see, that's a surprising call for me right there, because now Michigan has timeout. There's still 2 more plays to go. They could get a ball back now to try a field goal themselves.
And really good field position,
I thought
depending
for sure
on the punt.
USC was going to run the ball there.
From their own 4-yard line. There's the quick throw. Marks broke 1 tackle, broke a second. Might have the first down. And he does.
3 conservative throws, and finally the third one. It's almost like a run, throwing it out there to the outside. And Marks, Mississippi State transfer.
Got it to the 19. First and 10 with a minute remaining in the half.
The ruling of a first down is under review.
All right. I thought he had it. But we'll check it with the line. Marks spinning, and I still think he's got it.
To get to the 18-yard line, right? Let's see.
AT&T pylon can.
I know his bottom comes down first, but it looked like he was leaning forward. It's really close. I'm going to go with Ness. I'm going with Ness.
Thank you, partner. I appreciate you. I really do. Gene Steratore with us. Gene, what do you think? You going to agree with me, too?
I can't mess with that. I've got to go with you, too, Ness, on this one. I'm going to stay with Gary on this one as
After
well.
review, the ruling on the field stands as called. It's first down.
I feel really good.
Gene, if I'm going to disagree, I disagree in the second half. I don't have to live with them through halftime.
I'm going to take notes and remember that one, Gary, for sure.
So they'll move the chains officially with 59 seconds to go and 1 timeout left for the Trojans. Still a long ways to go to get in field goal range.
Official will wind the clock now. You got to be ready to go if you're SC.
There's 5 seconds off. 9 seconds off. Moss. Pressure coming late. I think somebody got a hand on it. It just wobbled out, intended for Branch.
Yeah, Josiah Stewart, I think, again.
Yeah.
Yes, he has had his way over there against Elijah Page.
Second and 10. Moss, 50% of his throws, less than 100 yards so far. Deep on the sideline and broken up. Got a flag down.
Offside in the neutral zone at the snap. Defense number 8. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's Derek Moore who batted that ball down earlier. Jumps in the neutral zone.
He's right here on the play. Inside too as well. Kenneth Grant took a step forward too.
Miller Moss thought he had a free play, but he didn't get a free landing. That's for sure.
That was not a free throw.
So second and 5. Moss blitz coming. Branch completes out across the 35.
That was well protected that time. That was one of those Wink Martindale Raven blitzes where you bring the inside backer and you drop the defensive end. Handled well by USC offensive line.
Branch has been his main target so far. This one, Woody's going to run down and
I'll tell you,
knock that out of bounds.
Josiah Stewart, as Wink Martindale told us, he goes, this guy is the real thing.
Says he's
got
old school.
Yeah, he is after. And this is a screenplay, but that 9 technique, that's what you call when those defensive ends get really wide. Elijah Page is not handling that well.
Miller Moss has been roughed up. 28 seconds till halftime.
Got him again.
Got him again. Free play. Moss throws. Got his man in stride. First down. And that one's complete to Jay Fair.
I tell you, it's pretty darn impressive, right? First play of the drive
defense
starts.
number 42 in the neutral zone at the snap. The penalties decline. The result of the play is a first down.
24-yard pickup on this one.
Yeah, he knew he had a free one here, but he had a guy more open than he's had all day.
Now they've only got to go about 10 more yards to at least have a crack at a field goal. Clock ticking under 20 seconds. Moss steps up, throws, complete, but only about a yard gain.
Got their last time out, and they'll burn it. Miller Moss is going, jeez.
Yeah.
He played against this LSU defense. This one is just as quick. Pass rush has been a factor for Michigan.
He's had to pick himself up after every play just about on this drive.
You got guys crawling at your legs, coming around the edge. That time was Benny, number 26, Rashawn Benny.
So that's the last time out for the Trojans. Seconds, second down and 8.
So the two quarterbacks we talked about from the open, Alex Orji has done his part. Not as much help for so far for the USC quarterback Miller Moss. No matter how good you are, those guys coming at you in that front four, that makes you rethink everything when you're back there.
What do you think, Gary? Like a quick out here or something?
Well, yeah, if you're either going to get it out of bounds, you can't throw short of the sticks, though, in the middle of the field.
The last two drives, USC is warmed up, but they need another little chunk here to give their field goal kicker at least a try. From the Wolverine 39. Moss throws out, and it's a double pass. It's knocked down, though. So Kyron Hudson caught that out in the flat. Now we got a flag down.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be off a tipped ball, so they're going to pick up the flag.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was tipped as it was passed. The pass is incomplete.
part of it was when Ness said the ball was tipped, I had my eyes downfield. I said, okay, that could be pass interference. Then I heard the partner say tip ball. 1 and 1 was 2 here.
Johnson got his hand on it, Quentin Johnson. And so now we got 6 seconds left. And there's what was at the end of the play. So their kicker doesn't have this much leg. They got 6 seconds. That's going to have to be quick now or go to the end zone.
Timeout, Michigan. Final timeout of the half.
Michigan's going to take a timeout here. So everybody's going to think about this a little bit more, including Sharon Moore. That's it for timeouts.
You know, if you're Michigan right here, and I think this is a great timeout for Sharon Moore, you got a guy that goes, guys, I know you want to hold them up for the field goal, but we don't want a quick slant or an out and up or a hitch and go and give them 7 points, okay? If they throw a 5-yard out, they might complete it. We can't give them a huge play right here.
Michael Lance walking around all by himself back around the 40-yard line, swinging his leg as if he might get a chance here before halftime.
Lincoln Riley said our guy can make one from 50, 60 yards, so he's close to that spot already. Does he try to give it one more play? This would be 57 yards. Modern day kickers make these kind of. I think there's time to try a short out, though.
Yeah, that's what I was calling for at the 13-second mark, but we'll see what they come up with here.
You can see Michigan went into their prevent defense. They put 4 guys deep.
They're back at the 10-yard line, or 11. Gotta hurry, and you can't get sacked, and that's what's going to happen. Half is over. Kenneth Grant. There went that opportunity.
Boy, these two guys inside, Graham and Grant. I mean, you watch tape, and sometimes guys look good on tape. They always look faster in real person. Strong and fast. They keep fighting, and remember, they're 4-man rush, and they got him.
They're both on the list for the Lombardi and Outland trophies, and I can see why. Halftime as the Trojans traveled 2,200 miles for this, trailing 14-3 at the break. And Miller Moss was beat up on that drive. Just virtually every play.
I just thought, did Kenneth Grant get his hand on the face mask here at the end of this play? Right there.
They got a finger in there.
I think so. Well, they missed one early.
They did.
Then they missed one late, maybe.
I think that was Grant the first time, too, wasn't it?
So he gets him. Yeah, that could have been called, and that would have been a field goal try.
Sure.
Let's see, Lincoln Riley, both coordinators will be in there trying to figure out what to do. They don't give number 72, Elijah Page, some help on the left side.
Again, they keep it out of the hands of Branch. And this is what we're talking about, what Miller Moss has had to put up with really all day today.
Yeah, and remember early in the game, he made a escape to complete a big pass, but even when he's getting rid of them, he's feeling that punishment throughout the whole game, and that increases your tempo. I mean, you're in there going, all right, I got to get rid of this, I got to get rid of this, and you end up giving up on possible
Your
play.
clock starts ticking different,
yes.
right?
Yeah, in all different ways.
First snap, third quarter. Trojans down 14-3 from their own 25. Moss down the middle. It's tipped. Incomplete. Let's check in with Jenny.
I just spoke with Lincoln Riley, and he said this team just needs to settle in. They've been impatient on both sides. He said offensively they need to be cleaner up front. They need to keep Miller Moss upright. That's a priority in the second half. Guys, I asked about wide receiver Mekhi Lemon. He said he's going to be okay, but obviously out for the game.
Okay, that's good news. Thanks, Jenny.
They have made a switch. Mason Murphy has moved over to left tackle, and Raven, number 73, is in at right tackle.
See if that improves the pass protection or the running game as Marks. Here's an opening. Woody Marks goes out for a first down. Still on his feet. Picked up 12. Any kind of ground game would help the cause as well.
There's the switch right there over to the tackle. Good job up front. And a really good run that time in the hole. He just completely made Osmond whiff on that play.
6 drives, 6 first downs, and 4 punts. But they got a first down there to keep this opening march of the third quarter alive from the 37-yard line. Play action. Moss back out to Marks, who scraped it off the turf almost. And picked up about 5 as we take a look at some of the trends in this game. If you've been watching, you're going, well, I think the trend is Michigan's running the ball. Almost 200 yards at 7.4 per carry. 126 yards in the second quarter as Moss warmed up a little bit, but dominating time of possession for Michigan as well.
Neither team has been successful much on third down. The difference is Michigan has 2 fourth down conversions.
Second down and 6. Moss, the RPO, overshot his tight end, Lake McCree. And his third down.
Keyshawn Barman that time number 1 did not go for the play action play. He stayed home and made his job on the inside RPO, and he was right there, made it a tough throw and didn't get it in.
So as Gary said, the third downs haven't been good. There's another one.
Let's see if we get a chip over here by the tight end to help.
Third down and 6. Empty backfield. Blitz coming on Miller Moss. Throws and completes it. Got it to Kyron Hudson. Another first down for the Trojans.
You have to be willing to throw the ball in the middle of the field, and so far you can see Miller Moss has been willing to do it. He again can feel that rush. You got to give him a lot of credit. You go through a half like that, he's still standing in there.
Absolutely. Here's McCree, the tight end, and he's upended over on the corner.
What a great play that time. Jair Hill, number 20, the other corner, and he took the legs out from McCree on that play.
And McCree still down.
Leading receiver for this team, very important player, kind of plays an H-back position.
Jair, a young guy that they thought would get picked on a little bit. He's learning on the job, and that was a beautiful play right there.
Yeah, Lane did not get his block that time for USC, and that caused the blow-up.
We'll check on Lake McCree limping off, heading to the tent. Lake Travis High School in Austin, Texas, usually producing great quarterbacks.
Yeah,
good tight end here, but bang
watch that
on the knee.
bend backwards.
He's got the brace on the right knee, and he's going to probably have a brace on his left knee after that helmet to knee hit. That means Cade Eldridge will be the main guy, number 88, right there on the right side of the line to fill that tight end role. Second down and 12. Quentin Joyner in the backfield with Miller Moss.
Remember we talked, these 2 guys inside make it easy for the edge guys to go wide. They can't run the ball inside because those 2 monsters, Graham and Grant.
Play action. Moss has time. Throws short to Joyner. Joyner got it out to about the 39, where Jayshawn Barham made the tackle. Well, it was a quick trip into the tent for McCree, but we'll wait and see if he can come back.
If I'm calling plays right here for Lincoln Riley, I'm thinking I might have 2 more downs to pick up this first down.
On the Michigan 41. Moss wide open. Hudson on the sideline. He's got a first down.
Good job that time with protection, including the running back. Doing a good job. Got time to throw. Easy little play to the outside in Kyron Hudson. But it's the protection. We know what the game is. But watch Quentin Joyner pick up the blitz. And that allows your quarterback to step into the throw.
Miller Moss is going, that's more like it.
Yeah, that's the story of the game so far. A Michigan team that had struggled with putting pressure on the quarterback had been doing it very well in this game. They didn't put any pressure on Quinn Ewers in that Texas game.
Marks back in at tailback. First down at the 26 of Michigan. Moss looking for more. Got a man open again. This time it's Branch, and he's got another first down.
And watch Miller Moss take his time to go from the right side of the formation. He wanted to go right. Watch him in the pocket, move his feet, and work his way back all the way to the left side to get the easy throw. That's the difference. I mean, you know, you want to know what football's about? Those guys winning that front
That's
up
right.
there is what makes those quarterbacks not be accurate with the ball.
Miller Moss is warming up, and he's got his team down to the Michigan 14-yard line. Marks, cutback run, got a couple. Josiah Stewart in on the tackle. So in the red zone now for USC. And coming into the game, they were 12 out of 13 in the red zone with 8 touchdowns. That's what they want at the end of this drive, you can bet. Michigan changes up defensively.
Yeah, Graham and Grant coming into the game.
55 and 78 right there at about the 10-yard line. Second and 8. Trojans can get a first down around the Michigan 4. Play clock winding down to 1, and they're going to have to call a timeout. And Lincoln Riley's thinking, I'd like to have that one later.
He actually pointed to himself. I don't know if he got
Injury update.
Yeah, for Lake McKee, it is a left knee injury. He only spent a minute in the injury tent and then limped over to the bench, threw his towel down, helmet and gloves off. And guys, as you can see, clearly emotional. His day is over.
That's the second starter now. And there you see the emotion coming out. He'll be missed down there at that tight end spot. Meanwhile, his offense with a second down and 8. There's the 2 guys, both starters, that are out so far in this game. His replacement, Cade Eldridge, the tight end, moves in and settles in the slot on the right side. Miller Moss looks right, comes back to the left inside the 10, got it to number 10, Kyron Hudson, but it's third down.
Martindale has the MO that he's some blitzing maniac, but so far Michigan, especially in the red zone, have been sitting in zones and coming up and making those sure tackles.
4 first downs on this drive. This is the 11th play of the drive, and it's a big one. Third down and 5. They need to get to the 4-yard line for a first down. 9 yards right now away from the end zone. Moss is going to the end zone and got it. Complete. Deuce Robinson for the touchdown.
I think Michigan only rushed 3 players on the time and gave plenty of time for Miller Moss to look around and find his receiver, and he took his 3rd receiver to the inside, the slot receiver. He's going to go right here, kind of just sneak to the back of the end zone. Let's see if it's 3. I had my eye. Yes, just a 3-man rush sitting in zone, and wow, that's as open as you can get with that little space back there.
Great looking drive that time. 75 yards. Lance point after is good. And now 9:10 remaining in the third quarter, and we got a ball game here in the Big Ten. Miller Moss, 3rd touchdown pass of the season.
Yeah, against the zone, just find open space and stop. Well coached, the Lincoln Riley offense produces a big drive.
You guys think I'm kidding? There it is right there. So nice 75-yard drive in 12 plays. Just under 6 minutes to get the touchdown. Gary's got his key too. Crazy.
I even to remember my room, I kept my covers.
All right, now it's Michigan's turn. Coming out of the half.
Here we notice Alex Orji getting taped up.
Yeah,
his throwing wrist.
He's looking at the left wrist with the plays on it, but this is what they were doing underneath his sweatband on his right wrist. So we'll see if that has any effect on his throwing, but we haven't had a lot to worry about on throwing so far. He's under center here with Mullings at tailback on first down. Not much of a play fake, but the throw is out to Mullings, and maybe a yard before the Trojans swarm around him on defense.
You cannot help but be impressed with the Trojan tackling in space. That was such a problem a year ago. How did they solve that problem? They brought in 7 transfer players and a new defensive coordinator, and they emphasize we have to know where our help is, okay? It's not just guys can't tackle. You have to be spaced out and know where you can force the player back into to make those tackles.
Only a 1-yard pickup. Orji in the pistol here with Mullings behind him. And he's going to keep it, looking for a block out front. Got one and got bopped out of bounds at the USC sideline. Everybody hit the deck over there. And let's see if everybody's going to get up okay.
Yeah, Jacoby Covington, number 14, got the hit on Orji right at the end of the play. That's a clean hit. Had his foot in bounds still. Didn't even follow through. Just kind of nudged him to just nowhere to go.
So 3rd down and 5. Stop here by USC would be huge. After their opening march got him a touchdown this quarter. Blitz coming off the edge. Orji's in trouble and down he goes. And again, it's Eric Gentry.
Story has been in these 3rd downs especially. They flank Mason Cobb 13 and Gentry 18 on the edges, and they just pinch the quarterback. Coming around the outside, here comes 13, feeds it right into 18.
So a huge sack there, and it forces a Michigan punt. This should be good field position.
So Danton Lynn learned his defense from Wink Markendale, and that time it worked.
Zachariah Branch waiting on this punt. Hasn't been able to field one today except fair catches. He's got one here. Branch made the first man miss. Got another block. Zachariah Branch, he's going to run out of real estate though, but still a pretty nice return out to the 35, maybe 36-yard line. So USC is tightened into a 4-point game. Just under 7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. USC's got it back. Their own 34-yard line. First down. Miller Moss going to toss it out. Screen pass. Marks out to the 40-yard line.
You know, Ness, good offensive coordinators are just not drawing up pass plays. They're figuring out a way how to help the quarterback. Look at the adjustment. They move the tackle. They bring in a freshman, and that allows your quarterback to kind of look downfield longer on the play. 2 good blocks, find somebody. That's a good job on Lincoln Riley.
That's exactly what you told me before we started the 3rd quarter when I asked you what adjustments. There they are, and it's paid off. And it's given us a game here. 2nd down and 4 for the Trojans. Again, they're going to throw it out. Wide receiver screen. Branch only got about a yard out of that. Short side of the field and not enough blocking. And now it's 3rd down and 3.
Well, you can write off one of those at the end of the half, or Michigan might have been giving them a little space, not feeling threatened, but that drive to open the 2nd half. That was legit.
Yep. Can they keep this drive going now?
Slot has got it like a gimme. Playing off, run the outside guy off, and
Moss, quick throw, intercepted. It's going to be a pick 6. Will Johnson will take it for the Wolverine touchdown. On the interception return for the score.
people don't like to throw Will Johnson.
That's why.
That's why.
The All-American stared it down and took it to the house.
Anytime you're throwing wide, you got to account for that corner.
And a block, extra point. It makes it a 10-point game.
Second pick six for Will Johnson this year. Watch the disaster. Watch, he knows he's got the flat. You got to account for him before you throw it, and that's the disaster. Looked like you had space, but you still got to make sure.
AT&T Pylon cam will give you a look on the break on the ball intended for Branch. And as Gary said, he took one 86 yards earlier this year. This one goes for 42 in a score.
And Branch kept backing up. If you looked at that one again, the receiver just kept backing up on the play.
And the coaching continues with his quarterback. Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator for Michigan.
Listen, it's the quarterback's play. You make a bad play, that's yours. But the receiver that time, Zachariah Branch, he keeps kind of giving ground, and that allowed Will to get inside of him on the throw.
I was going to say, Wink said, I call Will Johnson the unicorn. He said, I've had a lot of good cornerbacks, and he even mentioned Champ Bailey. But he said, I've never had a cornerback that was the leader of the entire defense. And that's what that guy is. And again, Branch isn't going to bring it out from the goal line.
So Will Johnson might have knocked this one down. And again, quarterback makes a mistake. Watch how Zachariah Branch keeps backing up. That gave Will the chance to get in there and pick that for a pick six. Yep.
Thorpe candidate, All-American a year ago. His 9th career interception for Will. And he made that one pay off for 6, but they missed the extra point. He's going to be really good in the pro.
Oh, yeah, he's a top 10 pick for sure.
So let's see if that has shaken the confidence of Miller Moss, who was putting together some pretty good drives. And now he's got that one that he's got to forget. They'll keep it on the ground. Marks, good opening by Woody. Got out for about 8 yards as we check in with Jenny.
Well, after every Michigan turnover, you'll see Will Johnson's turnover buffs awarded on the sideline. Will said he wanted to create a celebration for Michigan that would last, something that represented the Detroit culture. And guys, I got a little pair on here. $2,000 a piece. They're Cartier at the end of the season. Whoever gets the most turnovers, they get to take these home and keep them for the entire time. How awesome are these?
Will, they look good on you, but Will might be sporting those at the end of the year. 2nd and 2. Play action. Moss down the sideline. Just missed Deuce Robinson, who he threw the touchdown pass to earlier.
Pitch and go. You got a guy out there, new player on the field. Amir Hall, number 12. Giving Will Johnson a little bit of a blow to rest up after the touchdown.
This is a definite need right now for the Trojans.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 2. Crowd playing a factor here right now. They're getting loud at the big house. And there's a 1st down run and a lot more. Marks on his way. Woody Marks might take it all the way. He's got it down to the 2-yard line. Hill saved a touchdown, but Marks rips it off for 65 yards.
Side of that USC line, Noah, number 77 and 73, the new player. Watch him fold it down from the outside. That creates the space. Pull around, that time by Mason Murphy. The adjustment for the tackles is working in the run game and the pass game.
Longest run of the year for number 4, and he almost took it to the house. Brought down right there. 1st and goal. Quentin Joyner in the backfield. That's Branch in motion.
It didn't seem clean.
Joyner is in. Touchdown.
I think that's going to be a penalty. I think there was illegal movement there.
I thought Branch was moving at the snap, the wide receiver. Let's see.
I think it was right guard.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's Woody Marks on the sideline being worked on.
That's a big play, a penalty there, right there on 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line. Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Joyner stays in with Miller Moss in the backfield. 1st and goal, but now it's back at the 7. That's Branch in motion. Keep it on the ground. Joyner trying to find a hole. Got a yard. That's it. Jayshawn Barham made the tackle.
Mason Graham, number 55, is also in there on the play. Watch him work his way down the line and create no place for the running back to go. That was the play before. That was the penalty play that we're going back to.
2nd and goal. Tight end Eldridge on the move, settles in the slot. Moss in trouble. Throws it away. Closest guy was Jacoby Lane. Pressure came from Mason Graham again.
The penalty on 1st down has come back to really make it different for USC. Now remember last time in this 3rd down situation, Michigan played zone and only rushed 3 players. What will be the change up this time?
Here comes the noise. 3rd and goal. Empty backfield. Now Marks joins Miller Moss. They're bringing more than 3. And hit. Dumped by Josiah Stewart. And that's Grant going the other way. I don't know if there's a whistle or not. And now Marks got the ball back.
Well, and unless his arm was moving forward, this is going to be obviously a fumble. They're going to look at that. There'll be 2 things to look on this one.
It's 1st and 10.
Was Miller Moss's arm moving forward? Was a fumble, or does it end up being a fumble back? Right now, Michigan's probably hoping his arm was moving forward.
Well, I think Chris Coit maybe made an announcement already. I did not catch. Fumble, 1st down USC.
This time he gets around 2 players and makes the play. I wonder if his arm, though, Gene, wonder what the opinion is. Was his arm moving forward for an incomplete pass? Obviously was stolen at the end of the play.
What a great heads-up play by Marks.
I think replay might call this an incomplete pass, though.
So, Gene, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what? I was taking a look at one of our high backside looks, and it appears to me that that arm was just moving forward. Now, you've got to make sure that he's got firm control, as we all know, before it starts forward. But it did feel like it was just, here's a great look here, fellas.
That's so
that's
interesting.
about as close as you can get,
that's
isn't it?
so interesting.
Yeah.
He was in the motion.
If anything, it's a little push, maybe. But
Well, 2 replays on the same. Now they look at the steal at the end of the play.
Kevin Grant not used to carrying the football, and it showed right there.
Obviously, if the first one is an incomplete pass, the second one doesn't matter. I think he cleanly stole that ball.
No doubt. Here we go. Here's a call.
After review, the on-field ruling is confirmed. It's 1st and 10 USC.
Fumble.
Remember, it was 1st down at the 2-yard line. The penalty, an illegal motion, and then from there, USC gets the ball back after 2 fumbles on the play.
Backed up to the 27 now. So all of that made about a 25-yard difference, and a change of possession or 2, but a new set of downs is the key right now.
Yeah, but the new set of downs happened on the 23, not the 3 or 2-yard line, where this whole thing started after the big run, right?
27 is 25-yard difference.
Yep.
Zachariah Branch settles in the slot to the right. They'll keep it on the ground to Joyner. Joyner plowed over one guy and got a 1st down, it looks like. Tough run by Quentin Joyner, redshirt freshman.
Yeah, this is one at the end of the play. I think as he run through, oh yeah,
Johnson.
He ran right through Johnson on that one. No wrap up on that tackle at all. Johnson tries to bring the arms, but the shoulder is lowered for the first down.
First down at the 16. Quick throw, wide open, touchdown, Jay Fair.
Well, you want to take a look at what a busted coverage looks like?
Pretty sure we had one.
Can't bust the coverage more than this. Somebody did not get the right call. Only two guys out here. One of them is going to blitz, and nobody else.
That's about as easy pitch and catch as you can have. So just think of how big Woody Marks stripping the ball from Grant was.
Yeah, how about the whole drive? The original run and then the strip by Woody Marks.
Extra point. Up and good. A 27-yard drive, but there was a whole bunch of drive before that when they got. And now the Trojans sideline into it as well. Michigan will take it at the 25. This is only Michigan's second drive this quarter. Miller Moss, one interception, returned for a touchdown, but he's got 2 touchdown passes. Orji, quarterback keep, got about 4, maybe 5. Braylon Shelby in on the tackle. We wind the third quarter down. Orji has a look at that Trojan front on second down at 6. Donovan Edwards.
I'll tell you, this is just a new look for this USC defense. Giving up all those yards, 2 big runs, but they're hanging in there.
Yeah.
I mean, the success for the USC offense has kind of reinvigorated this defense for USC.
Time of possession this quarter was all Michigan in the first half.
Yeah.
You see the difference here in the third.
And now it's Michigan's defense that needs a breather. Big third down play.
Might be the final play of the quarter. Orji is going to keep it on the run, and again USC is there defensively. Swarming around the quarterback. They're going to get the football back. Gavin Meyer that time stretched it out, part of the stop on number 10.
Same idea, run your quarterback wide. Dayton Lynn has adjusted, he expected it, and he stopped it on that third down play. They converted too early on that type of a call, but not that time.
That's 10,000 people singing the same song. Fourth quarter set to start, and it was not a good quarter for Michigan. And now the punt from Doman. Fair catch called for by Branch way back at the 10-yard line. As we down to Jenny.
Well, I asked the lead singer of the Killers and the writer of Mr. Brightside, Brandon Flowers, about this in-game ritual, and he told me we are tickled to be a part of this Michigan football tradition, and we hope it brings a little lady luck to the Wolverines against USC today, guys.
They didn't have much luck in the third quarter. They had 6 plays total. One drive was 3 plays minus 1 yard. The other drive, 3 plays for 7 yards.
Yeah, that is an oddity. Michigan has run for over 200 yards in the game, but they trail in total plays 52 to 40.
Wow. Well, now here comes USC with a chance, not good field position again, but a chance to take the lead if they score on this trip or tie it up. Remember, Michigan missed an extra point, had it blocked. Otherwise, it'd be 21 to 17 right now. Quentin Joyner in the backfield with Miller Moss. They fake it to him. Moss sets up and goes down. Mason Graham.
Little pressure from the outside, force it to the tackles inside, and Graham and Guy this time clean it up, and then he comes back and makes the tackle himself.
Never gave up.
Nope.
Loss of 4. Fourth Michigan sack has Miller Moss standing near his own goal line. Trying to change things up, and it's not easy to do with this crowd right now. They're going to have to hurry. Play clock down to 2. They did get it off. And a nice run by Joyner that got it back out across the 10. Third down and 9. This is where you got to be careful. Plenty of time left. And want to make a mistake here.
And the way the Michigan edge rushers have been able to put pressure on the quarterback, I don't know if there's any need for Michigan to blitz. The 4-man rush is enough. The time the 3-man rush, that's the one that didn't work.
And now it looks like it's going to be just a straight 4. Moss trying to be heard even to his tailback who's standing right next to him. And they're going to play it safe. Not get the first down. Got it out to the 18, though. Houseman made the stop. And the Trojans will have to punt it back.
One tackle for a loss. And remember, coming into this football game, that was the Achilles heel for this defense. For Michigan, they were ranked in tackles for a loss 110th, sacks 95th. Been the story of the game.
Yeah, it has.
Their weakness has turned into their strength for them in this game. If they didn't have that, they could be in trouble here.
Chaplinski's punt. Samaj Morgan back on the other end will field it around the 33-yard line. Remember, an extra point that was missed by Zvada. He'd been 9 for 9 on extra points this year.
Yes, and the clear interesting part about that is if you count it out, there's only 10 players on this USC defense. They do it wrong, and they still get the block. 10 guys out there, and they still get the block.
And that looms large because we've got a 3-point game. It would have been 21-17. Gavin Meyer was credited with that block. And on the ground.
So in the first half, Alex Orji helped out that young offensive line. All 5 new starters on the Michigan offensive line. Now it seems like Alex Orji needs some help from the offensive line himself. They're zeroing in on the quarterback. They need something else for this USC defense. They've kind of said, we're going to take the big guy away. They've had some big runs, but what else can this Michigan offense produce against a defense that's produced 2 3-and-outs in the second half?
Complete difference in the second half so far. The USC's advantage. Orji's going to throw into some traffic and broken up.
Just a 2-man route on this play.
Intended for Klein, the tight end.
Play action pass. Covered well on the backside by Ramsey right there. Ball thrown pretty well, but Ramsey's right in the middle of it.
Yep. So that brings up the 3rd and long. USC showed that they were thinking about a blitz. Clock winding down. The play clock going to have to hustle.
Michigan took a timeout. Sharon Moore got a little nervous. Cooked the timeout. Said, let's try something else here.
So both teams are down to 2 timeouts. Timeout taken right before the
throw. It was a sack in 3rd and long. Before the timeout, Michigan was going to run the ball. Let's see what happens.
3rd down and 8. Need to get to the 43 for a first down. Quick toss, wide receiver screen. That's going nowhere. A loss of a yard, and Jalen Smith makes a nice play out on the corner for the Trojans.
He really did. First of all, he stopped the blocker and did not allow the receiver to go in any direction. He knew he had some help, but he did not give himself up. He stood up the blocker, and then he ended up making the play because he knew Ramsey was right behind him. Nice job. Knowing where your help is, that's good defensive play.
Tommy Dolman comes in to punt. Zachariah Branch had one nice return today. They've kept it out of his hands pretty well. Not this time from the 15. Branch.
Oh, man.
Leveled at the 20. That's good coverage. Taylor with the tackle on the special teams. And he just swallowed Branch up. This is what it looked like. Full speed.
Yes, he did.
So you want to be a punt returner, huh? Okay.
And Zachariah Branch is as quick and as nifty as there is. That was a great tackle.
11 minutes. Fourth quarter. First down. Trojans from the 20. There's their second half possessions. They keep it on the ground. Marks trying to drag guys for about 3. Ernest Hausman again. The inside linebacker made the tackle.
I like the patience by Lincoln Riley. They're not successfully running the ball much. Had the one big hit for the big play to get it down there. He has not given up on the run game. He knows his offensive line is struggling to pass protect, so he has to keep that Michigan defense honest. He ended up getting a big play out of it.
Remember Lake McCree out with a knee injury, the regular starting tight end who was pretty popular with Miller Moss throwing the football to him. Going to have to find other guys, and did there. No, Branch incomplete. Broken up. Quick look at the nice play on the ball right at the last second. Jenny?
Yeah, you saw Will Johnson head into the locker room while his family just walked up the tunnel. They took a left before their locker room. I'm told that's where the X-ray room is. I'll try to get more details, guys.
Okay, Jenny, thank you. That'll be a huge loss. And it is right now with the situation. USC trying to drive for a lead or a tie. Moss, pressure coming. Got rid of it late. Complete. First down to the 40. The 35-yard line to Jacoby Lane.
But remember, Miller Moss has waited around. He's been here 4 years with USC. He watched Caleb Williams play quarterback, but he is nifty in the pocket.
Yeah.
He finds his little spots. He moves forward. This is a nice job of climbing into the pocket, moving up, and right at the end of it could have been a horse collar.
Guy made the tackle. Lane limped off. Another receiver down. Remember, they were short one earlier with Makai Lemon going out early in the game. First down. Marks for about 3. Eric Moore made the tackle. Let's go back to the previous play and whether or not we might have had a horse collar. Gene is with us.
Yeah, I did think so, Gary. Right there you can see that, that abrupt movement and that hand on the inside of the shoulder pad with the quick jerk down. I think it does meet the elements of a horse collar on that play.
There's none called, though, so Lane stays on the sideline, shaken up a little bit. His teammates with 2nd down and 7 from their own 38. Empty backfield for Moss with 4 wide outs if he has a chance to get it to one of them. Incomplete. That was intended for the tight end, Eldridge. And again, he has to pick himself off the turf.
And that time, 5 rushers on the play. Extra player coming in this time. The 5th player, 4 up front. Bring in 1 more. He's the one that puts the pressure. Number 30, Rolder, gets the play.
Crowd trying to come to life for their defense again. 3rd down and 7. Here comes the blitz. Moss in trouble, has to throw it away. Josiah Stewart again. He's been a pest all day if you're the quarterback for USC.
And back-to-back plays. Michigan brings players on the thing. They're going to drop on one side and bring a guy on the other side. 5 players again, back-to-back plays. Wink Martindale dials up a little NFL look.
Yep.
For Miller Moss. There he is. That was fun visiting with him yesterday.
Sure was.
Had a little NFL talk.
And that takes a USC roll down to around the 12-yard line. But only 6 yards in this half. This is the 4th drive of the second half. 3 plays minus 1 yard, 3 plays and 7 yards, 3 plays and 1 yard.
And it's all been that bear look. 3 inside players inside, and then the 2 outside guys pitching it.
Donovan Edwards with Orji in the backfield gets the carry. And he goes for about 5. The ball came out at the end. USC's got it if it's a fumble. At least it certainly looked like they were on top of it. As Gentry is coming out of the pile with it. And it is USC ball.
Well, in this situation, they'll always call it a fumble and give it an opportunity to take a look at replay here. It was immediate recovery by USC. See if his knee goes down or anything like that before he coughs it up.
Ball is
Punched out. Yeah, punched out right away. Beautiful play.
By Gentry. He punches it. He recovers it.
He didn't even need a long arm on that one. It was right there. That was a 6-inch punch right there. They practiced it, and they accomplished it. What a beautiful play for the turnover by USC's defense.
And Danton Lynn is saying that's what we're talking about. So a huge play. We said when we were talking on camera, who's going to make a mistake? That might be the difference. There's a mistake. And
it was a forced mistake, too. That was a great play by Gentry. Just as they practiced it, he accomplished it.
USC already in field goal range, which would tie it. They're thinking touchdown here to lead it. Woody Marks in the backfield. They fake it to him, throw it out to Branch. Branch trying to get to the edge. It's going to have a flag down.
Yeah, usually when those running backs or receivers on the quick screen reverse field, one of those blockers can grab a hold of somebody.
10-yard penalty. 1st down.
It's going to be on Cade Eldridge, the tight end.
And at one time you'd think the receiver's coming inside, so you kind of got your hands inside, and all of a sudden he goes the other way. The defender runs away from you, and you get the hold.
So that backs things up. That was not the hold. It was on 88, not 85. That backs it up, though, to the 28-yard line. Moss looks right, shovel pass to Marks. And he's hammered from behind.
Nice answer by this Michigan defense. They get the benefit of the penalty, and they make USC pay. Now it's 2nd and long.
16 to go from the 25. And we're down to 7.5 minutes, midway point, 4th quarter. Big Ten matchup, USC and Michigan. And it's lived up to the billing right now. Moss, look out, had to get rid of it, almost threw it to Graham.
What a play by TJ Guy. He's been coming around. All of the defensive ends have been going around to the outside. Watch TJ Guy go wide and then cut inside of the tackle. He'll come out and then inside to make the play. Watch this beautiful play. And step inside, plant the foot, and that's what beats him on the play.
A familiar spot for Miller Moss on his backside.
You win in a one-on-one play like that. 4 guys up there. Who can win? That time, it was number 42.
3rd down and 16. Moss loads, goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Jacoby Lane. Third touchdown pass from Moss, and a shocked Michigan crowd.
Well, it's shocking because Michigan had a safety in that area. They were playing at quarters or half field to that outside, and the safety never got there.
Jacoby Lane, who limped off the field earlier in this quarter, and we thought maybe he wasn't coming back. Well, he came back with a flash. Lance extra point is good.
Remember, no Will Johnson, your All-American corner on the field. But this time, Michigan is playing a soft zone. Look how deep this safety is. He never gets to this throw. Micaiah Page never gets there. Ball thrown in his line. Jair Hill thinks he's got Hill help deep, and the ball is pumped in before the safety has time to get it. That's a rope across the field right there.
Miller Moss, who threw an interception for a touchdown, now has 3 touchdown passes, and on 3rd and 16, that caps off the short drive. Remember, it all started with Gentry poking the ball away from Donovan Edwards and recovering it, setting up the Trojans for a short field, and they took advantage of it. Still a lot of ball left, 7:01 to go. But now Michigan would need a touchdown to take the lead because of that missed extra point. And they're going to bring it out. Keyshawn Harris shouldn't have.
Started with a fumble, didn't it?
Yep.
One of your playmakers, Donovan Edwards, going right up the middle. It is punched out. It is a great defensive play at time.
Aaron Gentry covered it.
On 3rd and long, plenty of space on the field. They're trying to force Moss to throw it inside. He still goes outside with the ball and gets it. Those safeties were about 30 yards apart, and Moss was still able to pour that ball in.
And as you said, that ball had to get there in a hurry, and it did. Orji. Buried, and it's Gentry again. Along with Covington. And that is Keely Arnold, I think. Starting safety.
I'll tell you. Gentry 18 and Cobb 13 are having a football game here.
No kidding.
It's in the second half. Holy cow.
Keely Arnold, one of those Oregon State transfers that Gary was talking about out of Mission Viejo, California.
Could have called holding up there on the play as well. Jacoby Covington was getting held on the play. He still breaks loose and makes the play. So this is now where you're getting a decision. You can control Alex Orji and manage the plays when you got the lead.
Yeah.
But now you're down by more than a field goal because of the blocked extra point. Now can you throw the ball? Because sooner or later, it's going to come back to the quarterback. Can he throw the ball? The 2 turnovers, one by the defensive tackle, and then one by your running back.
Look at the yards in the second half. Virtually nothing for Michigan. And they need some now, and they're not going to get much there either. It's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and about 10. And the crowd restless right now.
And I'm telling you, I would not be shocked if this is a 3 and out here, coming down with the clock where it is and everything, that they don't go back to Davis Warren because he's just a better thrower. I mean, you might have to.
Under 6 now to go. Orji loads, reloads, and goes down. Again, USC's defense. Braylon Shelby comes up with a sack.
And Danton Lynn, defensive coordinator, is challenging, and he does not believe this quarterback can beat him. They're going to go man-to-man. They're saying, can you throw the ball well enough? Nobody open.
punt's going to come from the end zone. And we've said so many times, number one on the other end, Zachariah Branch. Should get great field position for USC out of this, no matter what the punt does. Held it back, Branch up, but he'll take it at the 34. And good punt coverage again. 5 minutes remaining. And USC now with the ball and the lead. Tuesday night at 9 Eastern. Join the Inside College football crew for a 2-hour crash course on everything happening around the gridiron. It's Inside College Football on CBS Sports Network. So here we go. Final minutes, fourth quarter. USC's indoctrination into the Big Ten. Marcus Allen here was with the guys down on the field. And he's heading to the locker room, too.
I don't know if I've ever seen Marcus Allen go into the locker room for an injury, so it's got to be something else.
Still had a pretty good stride going up the tunnel. Been a long time since Michigan had a 10-point-plus lead and let it slip away. They're hoping that won't be the case today, but right now it's the Trojans in command, as it was so much Michigan in command in the first half.
Interesting series of play calls here right now for Lincoln Riley. You know, he trusts his defense, but he's made his living by calling offensive plays. And he knows if he could string together 2 or 3 first downs, he might just win the game on offense.
Marks at 100 yards rushing now. Second down and 8. They fake it to him and they have to throw it away. It was going to be a screen pass, and Moss had Grant and Graham in his lap and just threw it in the dirt.
Yep. I mean, that's what you're thinking, though, as a play caller. You know, I want the ball in my quarterback's hands. I give it a little. This is going to be a screen. That's called it correctly. But Michigan's only got 9 yards this half. What do? You get a little fancy here and try to let your quarterback get a first down throw, or do you trust your defense?
Third down and 8.
It's going to be more than that.
Yep, it's going to be third down and 13.
Number 73, 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Tobias Raymond, one of those new tackles that was installed here in the second half. The noise of 110,702 on hand today. And now the Michigan defense asking for more noise. Two wideouts to each side for Moss. And the shovel pass incomplete.
And that was bouncing around before it hit the ground. That was anybody's ball there for a second.
Yep. So that drive did nothing.
So Lincoln decided to give it 2 screen passes, and for him the problem is both were incomplete and the clock was stopped twice.
Yep.
Usually those on a screen, they're like 90% completions. He went 0 for 2.
So now the Trojans have to punt it away again. And that's Czapleski with Samaj Morgan down on the other end for Michigan.
Beautiful punt.
Morgan backpedals to the 10. Made one guy miss, but not the second. It's going to be right around the 10-yard line for Michigan. Take a look at the Modelo game changer, and Miller Moss has been a game changer in this second half, Gary.
He really has. We saw how many times he was hit in that first half, but in the second half he read his keys. One of them was really easy on that one, but he has done the job, and this throw is about as impressive a throw in the football game.
3 touchdown passes, completed one for a touchdown to the other team as well, but there's his numbers. And now his counterpart, Alex Orji. What can he get going with 4 minutes left in the ball game for Michigan? High snap, handled well. Mullings for about 4. Remember, each team has used a timeout in this half. 2 remaining for both the Trojans and the Wolverines.
Mullings' 10th rush of the game. Remember last week he went 15 for 143.
Michigan does not have a first down this half. They're 6 yards away from one right now. And we're under 3.5 minutes. And flags fly.
False start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And that was on the center.
Obviously, he had to double clutch that on the play. Kind of eased it just a little bit. Center.
Now it's back to the 10-yard line. Tight end Klein switches from right to left. Orji, short pass on a crossing route to Klein. Klein's going to be short of the first down.
USC giving him the short throw, but the short throw proved to be a little bit too long this time. You know Michigan's going to go for it here, too. 2 downs to pick a first down up. Maybe a little bit faster out of the huddle. Play clock down. Already we've used over 20 seconds of the play clock.
3rd down and a yard. A big one. And they got it. And then some. Mullings dragging Trojans. Broke free. Mullings in the clear. It's a foot race. He'll get tracked down, but he comes up with the biggest play of the day, other than his 50-plus yard touchdown run earlier.
A missed tackle by number 19, Humphrey, in the secondary. And that's the strength of Mullings. An ex-linebacker comes in. Now watch him spin out of this tackle. Little help coming across by Ramsey, but both of them arm tackle. You're not going to arm tackle that guy.
63 yards for Mullings. And he's got Michigan's offense in gear. Their starting tight end. Mullings only about a yard. Man has stretched it out for 2.
So the old problem all game, we're talking about a USC tackling well in the second.
Yeah.
Then the problem pops up right in the key part of the game. 2 missed tackles leads to that 60-yard plus run.
Remember, extra point was blocked earlier. Otherwise, it would be 24-21. Michigan needs a touchdown. They've got 90 seconds to try to get it. Mullings straight up the middle. He's about a yard shy of the first down. Kamari Ramsey brought him down.
Timeout they're calling. Lincoln Riley had to run on the field to get the timeout called.
And another, again, it's Akili Arnold, who was down earlier this quarter.
That may be the same thing that happened to him earlier in the game with the same shoulder injury when he tried to tackle it early in the game.
We'll try to check out. 1:17 remaining. That was an injury timeout. Akili Arnold was the guy that actually ran down Mullings on that long run. And this time taking him, it's away from the play. He got stepped on by Grant.
Yeah.
Not Grant, Miles Hinton.
The other 78.
So they're going to help him off. Meanwhile, it's going to be 3rd down and a yard for Michigan. Touchdown takes the lead. Field goal does you no good. 3rd and 1. You got a quarterback that's got great wheels. This might be him all the way. Although he's got Mullings with him in the Wolverine backfield. Mullings, and he got the first down. 1st and goal.
£230 has played in 20 games as a linebacker, and now the hopes of this football game are number 20 right there.
We approach a minute. Michigan's got 2 timeouts, so does USC. Mullings got to the 3, maybe the 2.
Lincoln Riley will take a timeout.
That will leave them with 1. Good job by Jalen Smith, or he would have scored. 2nd down a goal.
Yeah, USC had taken their time out here.
As everybody heads to their respective sidelines. It's worn out the best of fans. 16 everyday Americans compete in a high-stakes game for $1 million. Not since Survivor has reality competition been this big. The climb to the summit begins next Sunday with a premiere episode sneak peek on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. The summit for these 2 teams is 51 seconds away. It would be a Big Ten win for either the Wolverines or the Trojans.
USC has fit right into this Big Ten football stuff, right?
Perfect.
This is exactly how they've been playing it for over 100 years. Goal line stand to win the game, or does Michigan shove it in?
Orji in the pistol with Mullings behind him. 2nd and goal. He pulls up and throws. Incomplete, stopping the clock, and Orji's down.
Going to try to slide the player out. Well defended by USC. Nowhere to go with the football.
You like the call or not?
Well, I think they were trying to get the cheap touchdown to the fullback, but nothing there. Now we got 3rd and goal.
Well, 2 more plays.
But with 1 timeout left for Lincoln Riley if they stop him here. That's a huge timeout.
Orji gives it. Mullings going to be dragged down short of the goal line. It's 4th down.
Lincoln Riley now take his final timeout, and even if they score, he'll have time to get a chance for a field goal with his team back out there. That's why that 3rd down pass is so dangerous.
Right. They've got the ball spotted just inside the 2-yard line. Miller Moss would love to get his hands on it again. Gentry would like to knock one out of there again, like he did with the fumble recovery earlier.
Yeah, I think USC, if they could bring 15 guys on the blitz, they would do it on this one. They are going to attack this play.
Here we go. 4th and goal. About 1.5 yards away from the end zone for Michigan. Bredesen is in at fullback with Mullings the tailback and Orji under center. Mullings, he's in. Touchdown Michigan.
How fitting. Off tackle isolation play with a fullback to win the game for Michigan. Max Bredesen, watch him get the end man on the line of scrimmage. The block right there. That's what clears it. Boom, and then right behind the fullback, old-time Michigan football.
Extra point. Zvada, who had one blocked earlier, has this one through and true with 37 seconds to go. But a field goal would tie it for USC and send us to overtime. 10-play, 89-yard drive in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And Kalel Mullings did most of it. 63 yards and then an important 2 yards for the score.
Gentry did a good job. Big number 75. They needed the touchdown. They tried it every way they could, and it took until 4th down to stick it in there. Go back to the old I formation.
Still time on the clock. Michigan 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions today. I would think, unless this kick sails out of the end zone, that guy might want to bring this one back. Zachariah Branch, as you look into his eyes, waiting for the kickoff. And it's just too deep. So they'll bring it out to the 25. Trojans, no timeouts.
They got to get the ball to about the 35-yard line for a realistic chance of a field goal. That would be a 53. They need about 40 yards. Obviously, no timeouts.
There's your target line Gary's talking about. That's a lot of green in between.
The college rule of stopping the clock after a first down gives them a chance, though. This will be much harder to do in the NFL.
Miller Moss, empty backfield. His day has been full. 3 touchdown passes.
Man,
he's got to get rid of that one.
I tell you, he's going to see Josiah Stewart in his nightmares.
Is he ever?
Bottom of the screen right here. Inside rush again and a complete whip that time by Mason Murphy.
Moss slow to get up.
At left tackle spot, even with Murphy moving over there for Page, has still been a problem.
3 receivers to his right. And he's going to go out to Marks. Perfectly thrown ball to catch it on the run. And it looks like Marks has a first down as he goes out with 28 seconds remaining.
And that's about all you got. I mean, he was the only eligible receiver. Everybody downfield was blocking. They weren't expecting the ball was going to Marks or nobody.
He did get the first down at the 35. Flags fly, whistles, stop play.
It's going to be left tackle movement.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Called on Mason Murphy.
Yeah, Mason Murphy started the game at right tackle, shifted over at halftime, worked a bit for a while, but now with the pass protection, everybody knows you're going to throw. Number 76, just a flinch with his left foot.
So that backs it up to the 30-yard line. Moss steps up, climbs the pocket, throws, complete, and getting out of bounds is Jacoby Lane with 23 seconds. So 5-second play. Picked up some positive yardage, but still a long way to go. Still need about 30 more yards. No timeouts. 23 seconds left. Moss, pressure coming. Throws near side. In and out of the hands of his intended receiver.
Well,
Kyron Hudson.
Yeah, Kyron Hudson, who had that spectacular highlight catch against LSU, needed one there.
Yeah, he did.
Pocket coverage, great job in coverage by Jair Hill that time. He could not come up with the magic catch.
Third down and 9.
Michigan's going to take a timeout here.
They'll have one left if they need it.
I think they needed the timeout for Sharon. He was lucky he was out of breath there, didn't he?
He had to hydrate there.
He on the move.
We started off the day asking the question, would USC be physical enough, tough enough as they enter the Big Ten? I think they've held up their end.
Absolutely they have. And it looked bad in the first half, but they buckled the chin straps up and played well. It's been the big runs, 3 big runs in this game.
Michael Lance, you saw him pacing the sideline, just hoping for a chance for a kick.
I saw this stat that, back in the early days of football in the 1980s, 1970s, 1990s, 70% of the plays were run between the tackles, and now 70% are run outside the tackles. Michigan has run almost 90% inside the tackles today.
Yeah, it's worked.
And all of their big runs have been that way.
Third down and 9. No timeouts. 17 seconds remaining.
Looks like a 3-man look for Rush.
That cost him a touchdown the last time they did that. Got everybody playing deep. Moss steps up, got to get rid of it. Got it on a crossing route. Nope, in and out of the hands of Branch. Incomplete. One chance left.
So they had a 3-man rush, and USC brought the tight end in to help on the play. Ball is thrown. Obviously should have been caught. Don't know if it was punched out by Zeke Berry or not, but you can see Miller Moss thought he had a first down.
Down to 12 seconds. And one last chance right here. They need to get to the 46-yard line to move the chains. Tight end Eldridge comes way out to the near side. Moss fires. Didn't get the first down, I don't think. Sharon Morrison. He's out. He is out. Michigan takes over on downs. They're going to win it at home.
How about Kalel Mullins? We pointed out that he only had 9 carries until the last drive. He carried him through the big one. This one's completed, but it's short of the first down going backwards.
Just by that much.
Yep, half a yard. What a finish by the tailback, coming in there, running through that tackle.
And everybody's pointing at that spot, and they were right.
Oh, yeah, they got this spot right.
He's across the first down mark there, but when he makes the catch, he's not.
Yep, and the ball never got close to the first down. He would have had to shift it very quickly to get the first down, and he did not.
He didn't have time or enough real estate over there. They're going to look at it, though. Obviously a huge play. And we'll get the call from Chris Coit.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's first down, Michigan.
And now 110,700 plus can relax. Michigan's going to go to 3-1. USC will go to 2-1.
There's a good fight by USC, though. I mean, really nothing to be ashamed of in that game.
Really good football game.
Really good game.
So hail to the victors. And